are joining us virtually from your home to celebrate and honor the 2021 award winners. I'm Amy Evans, a Coeur d'Alene City Councilwoman, as well as the Coeur d'Alene Arts Commission, the council liaison to the Arts Commission. Please join me in welcoming Callie Cabe to the stage for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, through the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Callie. That was absolutely beautiful. When I get a little nervous, my voice gets a little scratchy. So you guys are going to have to bear with it. If you've ever watched a council meeting, I'm constantly sucking on throat lozenges, which I forgot tonight. So you're going to have to bear with me. I am just so honored to be here with you tonight to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Mayor's Awards in the Arts. The goal has been to recognize and encourage excellence in the arts in Coeur d'Alene and to stimulate and support awareness of the arts throughout the city. I feel public art is an essential element of a thriving, vibrant community that attracts individuals and businesses. In 2018, the Public Art Network Council noted that public art can be an essential element when a municipality wishes to progress economically and to be viable to its current and prospective citizens. We all know that's true here in Coeur d'Alene. Data strongly indicates that cities with an active and dynamic cultural scene are more attractive to individuals and businesses. Public art can create civic icons, but it also can transform our playgrounds, train stations, traffic circles, which you're going to hear more about here soon, hospitals, water treatment facilities, and airports into more vibrant expressions of human imagination. By building and reinforcing community culture, public art can act as a catalyst for community generation or regeneration. So I am so thrilled again to be here with you tonight. And with that, I'd like to start the night off by introducing a video created by Cascade Creative Solutions. And this video is showing the creation of our new piece, The Suffragist. This piece was installed on the 100th day of the 100th year of the women's right to vote, which was August 18th, 2020.
I was born after the war, 1948. I decided that art was a passion, something that I wanted to pursue. I went at it day and night until I taught myself to paint. Then I met a gentleman by the name of George Carlson, and he told me that if I sculpted, I would draw better. So I said, okay, George, teach me how to sculpt. It takes me about 2 to 3 months to complete the process from the beginning to end. And then, when I'm done with it, then I take it to the foundry. process goes through the lost wax. The molds are made, wax is poured into it, a shell that's poured over the wax, and then it goes into the burner and they melt the wax out. After they melt the wax out, they pour the bronze, hot molten bronze, down into the mold. At that point, they break the shell away from the artwork. They bring it into the welders, and the welders have to put all of these pieces together, kind of like a jigsaw. And at the end result, you can't see the welds. Once they have her all welded together, then I go to the foundry and we apply the patina, the color. They heat it up, they spray the chemicals on it, and that etches into the metal. And then there's a lacquer that's applied, and then a wax that's applied to that. And then she's ready to go.
Well, as you all know, Terry Lee's collection is absolutely amazing. And if you haven't visited his collection, it's on the promenade of Front Avenue, just north of McEwen Park. At this time, I'd like to share another video, and this video is narrated by our very own Jennifer Drake. Jennifer is the chair of the Coeur d'Alene Arts Commission, and this highlights two of our new pieces on Celtice in the roundabouts.
We have the lake, we have mountains, we have all of these incredible things, and us being able to add art to that mix really adds an extra level of interest to the town, personality, a sort of character that we have developed over a couple decades now, where people come to Coeur d'Alene and they're not just noticing the lake and the mountains anymore. They come from cities all over the world and they recognize that Coeur d'Alene's actually developed into a world-class center for public art.
It creates a sense of pride for the community and also a sense of place. It's recognizable. People have strong feelings towards the art in the community, whether they love it, whether they're questioning of it, or whether they just don't like it. But it does create a sense of place and home to them.
The impact and benefits of public art have proven to be more than just visual stimuli.
Studies have shown art, parks, and green space rank higher than education, safety, and local economy as an economic driver.
Arts Commission Chair Jennifer Drake shares that selecting Coeur d'Alene Public Art is much more than just shopping for art.
We know we could go shopping for art if we wanted to, but we want art that was created for us, that really gives us that sense of place and that sense of community, and that it was meant for the people of Coeur d'Alene.
Drake, along with City Council member Amy Evans, who serves as the city's Arts Commission liaison, detail the process the commission follows in choosing art for our community.
We do what we call a call to artist. We put out the call, which means we describe the piece of art we're looking for and the dimensions, the parameters, the budget, things like that, the timeline. That call goes out to either artists internationally, nationally, or regionally. Sometimes we limit calls just to the region or the community of Coeur d'Alene because we want those pieces to be specifically done by local artists. But most of the time it's nationally or internationally, and we send it out into the art world and we say this is what we're looking for.
The Arts Commission works alongside of community volunteers made up of various professions and expertise throughout the community to review the submissions. Therefore, we strive to create a diverse collection through our volunteers, something for everyone. We have historical pieces, we have modern art, such as the arches. We have interactive pieces for children to crawl on or experience in tactile ways. We have storybook pieces such as Mudgy and Millie throughout the community. So really what the committee and the commission do is look for a broad range of art to be spread evenly throughout the community.
And that subcommittee goes through all of the applications and all of the artist profiles, and they wind it down to a handful of finalists. Then those finalists go out for public input. And everybody's welcome to come. It's usually at the library and City Hall. The public is welcome to come, give input on their favorite pieces, what they like, what they dislike. Then the Arts Commission gets back together. We take all of that public input together. The subcommittee selects what they think is the best finalist. The Arts Commission approves it, and that goes to City Council, and then we hit the ground running to get some new art in.
Through technology, the Arts Commission communicates with artists worldwide.
We use the internet website Cafe to get that out a lot farther than we used to. A long time ago, our city liaison would do it pretty much all manually by our own artist database. Now we use this internet database, and there are some calls we've gotten more than 200 responses back. When we did this process, it was great. We got to do some Skype interviews and things like that and actually speak to people in other countries who are very interested in doing art in, our city, a place that maybe they've never even heard of before.
The Art Commission's latest task of finding art pieces for the newly created Celtice roundabouts posed some interesting challenges. And the art is credited for contributing a level of public safety.
When we're talking about a roundabout, we're actually talking about a more specific style of art because there is car traffic, there's safety issues to be considered.
Of course, public safety is first and foremost. We take the height into consideration, the openness of the art. Can you see through it, or is it a solid piece? We prefer it to have some visibility through it, as the umbrellas do, as well as the two new pieces on Celtice. It actually has been proven to help slow traffic and improve safety in a roundabout, and also create uniqueness to the community.
The call for the roundabouts went out together as two pieces, but one project, one call. And that made it actually our single biggest project we've ever done as a city, budget-wise and scope of the site.
It was decided that the Celtice roundabout art pieces were to include elements in keeping with the area's history and culture.
The call for the Celtice pieces specifically requested some elements that represented our relationship with the Coeur d'Alene tribe, our relationship with nature, and the importance that nature plays in our community, as well as possibly some history.
Specifically that area around Celtice and the river, that's always been a thoroughfare, a passageway for people and creatures, and I loved that this art brought that sort of idea together.
Reno, Nevada artist David Boyer was selected to provide the art pieces for the Celtice roundabouts. His submission was selected because it fit well with the criteria established for these locations and their uniqueness.
These submissions were the first ones that we did Skype interviews with the artist, which was so enlightening and educating to the committee because we learned so much more about the depth of the pieces.
So we got to learn more about the artists than just their ideas and what they were kind of pitching us to put into the city. And I think in that respect, we got a lot more high quality applications and a lot more details of what this artist would actually be bringing to the project, as opposed to just a drawing on a paper or a little maquette showing us what they think it's going to look like.
These roundabout art pieces are unique because they are literally on the move.
One of the reasons that this specific piece worked so well was that it's birds and it's fish, and it's actually kinetic, so it moves in the wind. And so you could be driving west in the morning and they'll all be facing one way, and you can drive east, in the evening, and they'll be facing the other way or different directions. When you're moving, it changes. When it's moving, it changes. And I think that is kind of incredible. I mean, you're seeing it from a new angle almost every time you drive by it.
The trend-setting efforts of the Coeur d'Alene Arts Commission shines as an inspirational example of how community art can beautify, stimulate, inform, and educate.
It's just how fortunate we are to live in Coeur d'Alene, in a community that values the art and the benefit it brings to us. It unites us, it creates great conversation, and just enhances the overall city.
And I love that we can be seen as a leader not just in our state, but in the region and the country, as yes, a community of this size can have a world-class collection of public art.
And I want to give a special thank you to Teresa Runge. Teresa led the committee that selected those two pieces on the roundabouts. And as was said in the video, this was the first time that we were actually able to Skype with the artist. And it was just such a phenomenal experience to be able to talk with them and see their vision and hear their vision directly from them. And so thank you, Teresa, for leading such a great project. Well, again, I say this consistently, constantly, all the time. I feel so fortunate to live in Coeur d'Alene, and one of my favorite things about Coeur d'Alene is our arts collection. And so again, let me be the first to say congratulations to all of our award winners tonight. And at this time, it is my honor to hand over the microphone to Troy Tymason, our city administrator and liaison to the Arts Commission.
It's the Wednesday after an election, so I would like to thank you, newly re-elected Councilmember Evans, for all that you do. We are living in a time where change is constant and there's things that happen that aren't predicted. The mayor's awards in the arts might imply that the mayor would be here. However, during this time of change, and the fact that schedules don't always line up as anticipated, I am here on behalf of the mayor and our council to again recognize some awesome individuals and share with you accolades that they have received. Arts changes our community for the better, and you live in a community that's been changed because of the arts, and we are very fortunate to have outstanding award winners here with us tonight. Without further ado, and we know who the winners are, I would like to bring up and shower upon Natasha Adams' accolades. So please join me up here. Awesome. Natasha Adams, excellence as a student in the arts. Natasha was nominated by her high school art teacher, Hannah Coons, who had this to say about her. It was a privilege to have Natasha as a student and watch her progress as an artist. Natasha is a creative thinker who is able to work in many mediums exceptionally well, exclamation point. The last 2 years presented new challenges for students being in school and working from home. For part of last year's students, they didn't get to come to school on Wednesdays. During that time, Wednesdays are open, Natasha worked with Dalton Elementary Schools to design and complete an interactive mural for the students. She spent countless Wednesdays painting the mural and also directing other students in how they could help complete it. Natasha not only helped to create a great mural for Dalton Elementary, she also participated in the many art opportunities we had at Coeur d'Alene High School. Is this fun? It's all about you. Last year, the honors art class illustrated stories that fifth grade students wrote and turned the stories into a book. Natasha's illustration for the book was excellent, showing both skill and creativity. Natasha is currently a student at our awesome North Idaho College, and I know that she will continue to contribute to our community in Coeur d'Alene through her art. Natasha has made such a great contribution to our community at such a young age. We can't wait to see what else she will accomplish. Join me in congratulating Natasha as being awarded the Mayor's Student Excellence in the Arts Award. Now, based on the fact that we've had COVID and not everything goes as planned, and the mayor, who would do a much better job than I have a small challenge with awards. So this is a virtual award that we're giving to you that will come shortly after we bring it all together. So again, thank you for all you do. You will get this is an IOU for an award.
Oh, okay. I'll just pretend I have it.
There you go. Thank you, Natasha. Can't always plan the way life is going to turn out. Arts in Education is our next award, and we have a winner with us here tonight. And of course, I want to bring Kim Washko forward so I can share an accolade all over her. Welcome, Kim. Arts in Education. Kim was nominated by none other than Nancy White. Just a few of the attributes that Nancy mentioned as we brought this forward. Kim Washko, she has years of commitment supporting the arts in Coeur d'Alene. Bullet point number 2 of 64 states she has been a visiting art teacher and hosted field trips for literally every elementary. They're here. Literally every elementary. Okay. And every school in our area, Coeur d'Alene, Lakeland, in addition to many private schools, camps, anyone that would ask, Kim would assist with. Luther Haven. I mean, there's a lot of bullet points here, Kim. This is hard to read all of these.
I'm old.
No, you're not. She's made an impact on making the visual arts a part of school curriculums. She has many years of commitment to participation in the arts. She has many years, there's a theme here. She has many years of commitment to art education. Kim has made so many contributions to the community, it would take all evening. We have time.
No.
One thing we are sure of, Kim has made a positive impact on so many that we are fortunate to have her in our community. We are honored to recognize Kim for her contributions to our arts community and award her the Arts in Education Award, which have just shown up, Kim. So at this point, you get to talk.
Oh.
Share with us.
Thought maybe I was gonna get to bypass that.
No, we want you to.
Oh, goodness. An artist, not a speaker. Thank you, Troy, for that. This is such an honor to be selected for the Education in the Arts Award. I want to thank Nancy White for all the work she put into making this happen for me. I'm humbled by her thoughtfulness and her desire to see me acknowledged. Nancy, you are a true gem. Art has always been a part of my life since childhood. My formal education to raising my kids in the art to owning a pottery studio. In my little shop, I've had the privilege of making art with people from all over the world. I've been invited to help families create something special with celebrations to end-of-life memorial pieces. I've had the honor of working with schools, organizations, businesses, nonprofits, retirement homes, special needs, at-risk teens, hospice, and many, many, many children. I have watched children grow up painting in my little shop, to going off to college, to getting married, having their own kids, and then returning with their kids to become pottery painters themselves. One of my favorite quotes is, "The artist is not a special kind of person. Rather, each person is a special kind of artist," by Anita Cole. I believe this quote is true. Everyone can create, imagine, and design, dip their brush, express themselves without boundaries, to find joy and pleasure in the process. Our little town in the woods amongst the lakes has an incredible love for the arts. Our community supports the arts, and we are lucky to have a group like the Coeur d'Alene Arts Commission. Thank you for awarding me tonight the Education in the Arts Award. Thank you.
For you.
Can I hug you?
Yes, please. Oh my gosh, my pleasure.
Thank you.
And since I missed the timing on all this, you got the administrator tonight. I apologize. The mayor would have had all this perfectly choreographed. I would like to bring Natasha back up, who did a really good job. Would you like to say a few words now that you have
Sure.
an official?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Where should I set it?
I'll hold it.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
really
Thank
growing
you.
fond of this.
Yeah. Well, I just want to thank everyone for this opportunity. It's amazing that I'm able to be here. And I also just want to thank everyone who's been able to support me throughout my journey as an artist. First, I wanted to thank my middle school art teacher, Mrs. Ketchum, for making me want to be an art teacher. I wanted to thank my first high school art teacher, Mrs. Leonard, for opening my world into commercial art through things such as Design an Ad and the Spring Dash competition. And finally, I wanted to thank Mrs. Coons, Hannah Coons right there, for giving me the opportunity to express myself in and out of the classroom. For things such as helping me set up the Dalton mural, to even being nominated for this award. Many of these opportunities and accomplishments couldn't have happened without the support that Coeur d'Alene gives young artists such as me. And as I'm standing here now, being supported by our community yet again, I still feel sometimes that I am back to being 14 years old, setting up my first Art on the Green booth, when in reality I was just nominated the first president this year for the Aspiring Artists Club at NIC, which is really crazy. I still don't believe it actually happened. Now that I'm able to help others like me on their art journey by being the president of the Aspiring Artists Club, it's just really cool that I have been able to get out here, and I never would have gotten here without my family, my teachers, and this amazing community. I can't wait to look back another 18 years and see what I've accomplished since then. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. And now we have a performance on the cello by Olivia Swarett. Welcome.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Olivia Surratt, just got married, so sorry. Now it's new. I'm going to be playing the first movement of the Ligeti Cello Sonata. You might think it an odd choice, but Ligeti died in 2006, a 20th century composer, and he was very influential in his time, and I think it's kind of fitting, as we're talking about influential people in our community, to give a nod to someone who's very influential in his. He wrote this piece when he was very young for a girl that he had a terrible crush on. She played the cello, and he wanted her to play it, but she never did. So, rather sad, he wrote a second movement later in his life that's very angry and frustrated, but I won't play that one for you this evening. So yes, there's a lot of longing and sort of wishfulness in this piece, and a lot of sadness as well. And with Remembrance Day coming up, I think, we can all think of somebody who we're missing now, and I hope that you can go along on this journey with me.
Thank you, Olivia. Congratulations on your new marriage. Thank you. You're welcome. Blair Williams sees her name on the agenda, and I'd like to invite her up so I can share accolades about this awesome individual. Welcome, Blair. I am well. This is an amazing individual to my left. Blair Williams, we are recognizing tonight at the 25th Annual Mayor's Awards in the Arts for her support of the arts. Blair was nominated by Victoria Dickinson, who had so many great things to say about her. Here are just a few of the amazing contributions from you in support of the arts. Blair has created several new gallery initiatives, collaborating with regional organizations and artists, extending Coeur d'Alene as a status center for our arts. She is part of our community, and especially the arts community, well beyond this city and state. She actively engages in local radio, print, and social media, tirelessly promoting the arts and our great community. She regularly makes the Art Spirit Gallery available to local organizations, especially those involved in dance, theater, literature, and other performing arts, providing a vital space for performers and the community to experience the arts at no cost. Thank you. Blair was nominated by Butch Otter. He'd be the past governor in 2018 to serve on the Idaho Commission of the Arts for a 4-year term, which is an outstanding recognition. Blair works tirelessly in support of our arts and our community and is so well deserving of this award, the Support in the Arts. I'll go get the award, and you share with us.
Now that we've got this rhythm down.
We have this rhythm down. Thank you, yes.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm both humbled and honored to receive this award, and I want to begin by thanking the Coeur d'Alene Arts Commission. But then I want to take it a step further and say a very special thank you to my dear friend Victoria and to Carrie, who were kind enough to recognize me. I want to take a brief moment to begin by saying, supporter of the arts seems so silly to me because I can't imagine anyone not being a supporter of the arts. It just bewilders me. If you were to ask someone, are you a supporter of the arts, and they would say no, I'd think, what are you doing on this planet? I don't understand it. So, but I wanted to talk just briefly about the support that I was given to really get to where I am today, and I want to share that with you because I think that I want to encourage or behoove you all to spread it forward and help to make many more people supporter of the arts, because I'd like to believe that we all can spread that love. I have in my hand today a kerchief that was sort of a start to it all. It's a batik kerchief that my mother and I purchased when I was 5 years old while visiting Haight-Ashbury, which we would go to once a week while we were living in the Bay Area, to meet different artists and visit with different artists. And I remember meeting this artist and just being so moved with her at 5 years old that I'm 55 years old next year, and I've been carrying this scarf around now for 50 years, and I have a 14-year-old daughter who will occasionally say, I hope I get to have that scarf. And I share that with you because it's the impression that the arts can have on us all, and how long it can stick with us, and how important it is. And were it not for my mother introducing me to the arts and introducing me to the support of artists, that I wouldn't be here today. Then I'm going to take it a few more years down the road in the 1980s, when I was fortunate enough to sit on the board of the Performing Arts Alliance here in Coeur d'Alene, which at that time was being led by the great and the wonderful and the almighty Barb and Marty Mueller, who at 19 years of age were unbelievable mentors for me. And they then supported me in my love of the arts, and they were the ones who then taught me that arts administration was a thing. None of my school counselors had told me that arts administration was an option, and so I was thrilled. Then I want to thank Steve Gibbs, who believed in me enough when I returned to Coeur d'Alene to ask me to lead what I believe is a great legacy in our community, that of the Art Spirit Gallery. I am just a steward of that great legacy, and I'm incredibly honored and blessed. And it is my job to use that legacy to, again, support the arts, but create more supporters of the arts. And I had an amazing deja vu 2 years into working with him. I was in the front of the gallery one day, and I remembered the day that Barb and Marty had told me that arts administration was a thing, and I decided I needed to leave Coeur d'Alene to go get this degree down in the Bay Area. I was driving down Sherman in my car and having a conversation with the universe and saying, you have to promise that I can come back to Coeur d'Alene someday. And you have to promise that I get to work in the arts. And if I'm really pressing my luck, I'd like to work downtown. And I looked out my window, and I happened to be passing by what would become the future Art Spirit Gallery. And I remember having that moment going, wow, I was way too specific. And finally, I want to share with you a really recent story that is the reason that I do everything that I do, and I know that all of you do everything that you do. While I am incredibly appreciative and honored to be receiving this award, last week, 2 weeks ago, we had a high school group from Coeur d'Alene High come and visit the gallery. And it was wonderful, all these 16-year-olds running around and getting to understand and learn about the arts and what we do here in our community. But this past Saturday, I had a 16-year-old boy who was a jock, if you will, certainly not somebody that I would normally see in the gallery, walk into the gallery with another young man with him. He said, hello. I said, oh, hi. Have you been to the gallery before? Yeah, I was here last week with my class. I said, oh, that's awesome. And he said, I thought this was the coolest place ever. I hope it's okay. I brought one of my friends. That's why we do what we do. And that just made my whole year, because those are the moments that we live for. The big ones are easy. It's those little moments that I'm hoping 50 years from now, he will be standing here holding maybe a piece from our gallery or a kerchief or something, that he is spreading that forward. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We have one more award winner tonight. Jan Palant, please come forward, sir, so that I can share why it is that you are being recognized for your excellence in the arts. Again, accolades, sir. We received 2 nominations for Jan. One was received from Cora Powers, and the other nomination from Julianne Dance, names you know well. These are a few of the qualities that Julianne mentioned in her nomination. Jan has excelled with this criteria. His goals are high, like he is. His expectations are high. He works for excellence. However, not only does he work for it, but he does so in a patient, kind, and respectful way. He does this with curiosity, courteous. He is courteous, an individual that can work with groups or with individuals, and he is clear with his expectations. Jan has respect of the symphony. They want to play better and sound better. He has raised their level of performance. He engages the audience and creates a show that is more than music. The performance is full of emotion, excitement, and energy. It is sweet and peaceful and a solace to the heart and the soul. He brings so much excellence in the performance that people leave having been fulfilled and satisfied, having gone to the symphony. When excellence is delivered, there's not a question on the result. Jan does this. Cora had this to say about this young man. He is a young, dynamic, and passionate artist. In the 2 years since he assumed the position of artistic director, conductor for the CSO, he has greatly elevated and continues to do so in the selection and quality of our small town symphony into an orchestra that we can be proud to showcase. While he is dedicated to improving the quality of our orchestra, Jan also shares his talent and knowledge with our community. He works with a group called Saturdays at the Symphony, an educational program in partnership with the Coeur d'Alene Public Library that brings awareness and exposure to little people, also known as children, as well as adults, alike to classical music. He has been active with Art Walk and the Riverstone Park concert as part of the free series organized by the Coeur d'Alene Arts and Cultural Alliance and the Labor Day concert at the Rotary Bandshell, all free to the public. Jan enthusiastically welcomes school children to the symphony, dress rehearsals, as part of the Music Story project with District 271. He is actively involved in all symphony fundraising activities, and he enjoys speaking about the subject at local civic groups such as Rotary. I've seen him multiple times speaking just about any place that he can talk and express the curiosity, fascination about classical music. We are honored here tonight to recognize Jan for his many contributions to our arts community and award him the Excellence in the Arts Award. Podium is yours.
Is it working? Hello? Can we hear each other? Yes. I want to thank you truly very much for giving me this opportunity to be here. I had always dreamed since my childhood to have chance to be significantly part of arts of city in some significant level. Coeur d'Alene Symphony is fantastic orchestra. Great potential. The musicians in the orchestra are developing artistically amazingly. I'm glad that I was part of being able to contribute to the level of the orchestra, and I do believe that the symphony will continue growing step by step every concert since now and since the past. So thank you very much. I want to also mention several other organizations, music organizations in our community. We have also a new organization, educational, called Music Conservatory, Coeur d'Alene, that is providing also very high-level musical training. And I encourage everyone who wants to become a professional musician to check this organization, Music Conservatory. The other organizations I would like to briefly mention are also North Idaho Youth Symphony, Northwest Music Center, Charter Academy, Coeur d'Alene Summer Theater, and many others. It's amazing to see how many great music organizations are available here in this wonderful community. I'll be working as a conductor within a few weeks in Czech Republic, and we'll be doing several guest conductings. So I'll be not that much involved in this community as before, as I would like to be at least. However, I plan to still be a little bit involved in some way, and I might also be helping some other organization to start growing in this area. So let me mention the new organization, which is North Idaho Philharmonia. The concert is on December 17 at Panida Theater. I won't be conducting too much. I want to see other conductors conducting. And anyway, thank you very much again for this amazing opportunity you gave me. Without you, I would not be able to, let's say, succeed and be here today. It's a great honor again, and I can't wait to see you all either in person or maybe again at some concert halls in this area and so on. Thank you very much.
As we bring this awesome evening to a close, I'd like to thank all of you for your contribution to the arts, recognizing our deserving honorees here tonight. We look to the future to have more people at this as we work out of this challenging period in our country. Many thanks to our Mayor's Arts Awards Subcommittee, Allie in the back doing all the directing. She had a team around her, including Teresa Runge, Mary Lee Ryba, Trudy Elliott, and Stephanie Padilla. Tireless efforts, making things happen, bringing spouses in to help us with awards. We can't get it done without all of them. I'd like to recognize our caterer for all the great food. That was from the Greenbrier Inn, Chris McIlvenny. Special thanks to her. Music tonight by Callie Cabe, beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Cellist, newly married Olivia. Thanks to Zach Aschenbrenner, 4th year in a row, we've got the awards. I'll work on the timing next year. Thanks to Cascade Creative Studios for providing the video. Isn't that great to capture that? Have it displayed forward, share with our community all the work that goes into finding these artists. We have a couple more great art pieces coming your way, by the way, just so you want to come back next year and we'll show you that. The Suffragist video, again done by Cascade Creative Studios. And then there was a voice in one of those videos. And the gentleman is in the booth. His name is Jeff Crow of Coeur d'Alene TV. He helps put this all together and does a great voiceover. Jeff, can we hear that voice? There it is. You're welcome very much. There's an arts commission that works on this on a monthly basis. Members of that, you have heard our chairman, Jennifer Drake, saw her on the video, vice chairman, Ali Shute, David Groth, Sarah Garcia, Teresa Runge, John Bruning, Bev Moss, Mary Lee Ryba, Meg, Priscilla Bell, former NIC college president, Lindsay, and our student representative, Sienna, Adeline Smith. So as a city, we have put our students on these commissions to immerse them in the opportunities of what happens. We live in a community that happens to have dollars to go do art, so they get to be a part of the front end of looking at what we want to do, putting together a call for artists, and seeing it come to fruition. Again, staff members Stephanie Padilla and Sherry in the back, thank you very much. So I've been fortunate to be at the city for a while, and it's been very rewarding. And some of the most pleasing things I get to see from my bird's eye view window overlooking McEwen includes people sitting down at the bench right out to our Parkside Way at the Valentines. That was a donation. City of Coeur d'Alene paid nothing for that. And the day that I got to share with the gentleman and his wife that donated it, I needed my hanky because there were so many tears streaming from their eyes. Parks director picked the location. They donated it, and it is gigantically memorable. And I get to see people sitting down on it and pictures being taken. So again, art changes a community. Thank you for being a part of that. And with that, I'd like to wish you a great evening and suggest coming back next year, and be well.